Hello and welcome to this tutorial for the game Turning Tides. During the making of this video, this pirate-themed two-player game is available on Kickstarter. I'll share a link to that in the video description. If the link is no longer there, the campaign is finished and hopefully successful. Here's how you play it. You are going to play until either one ship has 3 of these damage tokens on it, or one ship has no more crew left on it. No sailors, and even the captain is not on the deck. If one of those things happen, the game is immediately over and the other player is the winner. So the goal is to damage the other ship or get rid of the crew of the other ship. If you manage one of those things, you are the winner. Next, Turning Tides is played in rounds. Each round is 4 steps. Step 1. Take a card from your deck. Step 2. Choose a card to play and place it face down in front of you. Step 3. Reveal the card you chose and do whatever it says. Step 4. Discard your card and move the ships by 1 space. If at any point your ships reach the end, then you carefully turn the ships around and connect them at the first space, like this. But before you continue, a few things happen. I'll explain that later. So again, take a card, choose a card, play it, and then discard it and move the ships. Let me go through that in a bit more detail. Step 1. Each player has their own draw pile, this face-down deck of cards. You both take the top card from the deck and add it to your hand. That's it. If you ever run out of cards in your draw pile, you don't get to shuffle the discard pile, you just have no more cards to play. Step 2. It's also easy. You'll have at least 2 cards in your hand. You both choose one card to play and then place it face down in front of you. When you've both chosen a card, you get to step 3. You both flip over the card to reveal it. But which player gets to go first? That's what you have this information card for. This card shows you the priority of each card. And in case you both have the same priority, then whoever has this token gets to go first. When you've both done what it says on the cards you've played, you put it on your discard pile and slide the ships forward by 1 space. The only exception is this card, the Wait card. If you played that card, then you don't put it on the discard pile, but back into your hand. The Wait card never goes away. You'll always have it. As I've said, at some point the ships will have completely passed each other. Then you need to carefully turn them around so none of the player pieces on the ships accidentally move, and you place them facing each other again like this, connected at the first space. But when you've reset the ships, there are things to be done. You don't just continue playing the game. When the ships have completely passed each other, you do these 2 things. The first thing you do is optional. You can exchange cards from your hand with cards that you have open here next to you. Only cards that you have in your hand, not the discard pile. Other than that, there's no limit to how many cards you can exchange, just as long as you put back a card for every card you take. When you're done, you should always have 4 face-up cards close to you. When you're done with that, you take out the Wait card to put into your hand and shuffle the rest to use as the face-down draw pile. Again, exchanging cards is optional. The next thing you do before resuming the game is mandatory. This must be done. If you have any damage tokens on your ship, you have to remove cards from your draw pile. Pick up your draw pile again, choose one or more cards to remove, and place them face down away from you. Shuffle the deck again, and now you can start the new round. If there were already some face down cards there from before, you can first take those back and then choose new cards to remove from your deck. For every damage token you have to remove one card. So, that's what you do when the ships have completely passed each other. Maybe exchange cards from your hand with the face-up cards from here, and then you must remove a card for each damage token your ship has. That leaves me with one last thing to explain. What does each card mean? You already know this one, wait. When you choose to play this card, you simply do nothing. At the end, you always take it back instead of putting it on the discard pile. The only rule is, if you and the other player both play this card, you have to move the ships 2 spaces further instead of 1. The next card is this one, the cannon. When you play this card, you can take one of your cannons from your supply and place it on your ship where there is no damage. You can have 2 cannons in the same zone, but not right next to each other. A cannon has to face either toward the other ship or away from it. A cannon needs a sailor to work, so if you want to place a new sailor on your ship, you play this card, the sailor. Just take 1 sailor from your supply and place it anywhere you like where there is no damage. If you want to fire a cannon to damage the other ship, then you can play this fire card. Of course, there needs to be a cannon and a sailor right by it. And it has to be facing the other ship, of course. Only sailors can fire cannons. The captain never does this. If you hit a space where there is a mast, you damage the mast. The other player simply has to remove it and can never put it back. If there are people in the zone that you hit with the cannon, then you have to remove all the people. If the space that you hit with your cannon is completely empty, then you can put a damage token on it. Another thing only a sailor can do is swing. That's what you have this card for. You can play this when one of your sailors is standing right in front of at least 1 crew member of the other ship. You can remove that 1 crew member from the ship. In case you can choose between an enemy sailor and the enemy captain, you must remove the sailor. You can move things around on your ship as well. If you want to do that, you play this move card. You can move your captain, one of your sailors, or one of your cannons. You can move it to any space that isn't damaged. The last card is this one, Navigate. This is the only card where you can choose from a few different options. You can use this card to move the ships 1 space forward. You can use this card to move the ships 1 space backward. Or you can use this card to take this token away from the other player. The initiative token that lets you go first in case you both played a card that isn't the same rank in the playing order. Those are all the cards you can choose from to play when it's your turn. One last detail and then we're done. What do you do when the captain is removed from your ship? On your next turn, you have 2 options. Either you play the wait card and do nothing, or you choose a different card to play. In that case, you cancel the card and take it back, and upgrade one of your sailors to be the new captain. Promoting a sailor is at the bottom of the priority list. We're done! This is how you play Turning Tides. I hope you feel like you understand how to play this game and that you'll enjoy it. Thank you for watching, feel free to leave a comment, and see you for the next one.